this is a really nice pickup. This is a 2007 Dodge Ram 1500. Now, it's a mega cab. It's got a real four-door cab, but it's huge back there. Lots of room in the back seat. Long wheelbase. It's a 4x4. Got great paint on it. Pretty right down to the chrome wheels.
Boy, and for a half-ton pickup, it has an unbelievable suspension and drivetrain in it. Talk about a rear end that's huge, and then a spring stack with a helper spring. Looks like this tall. Looks like it should be on a 1-ton. Of course, same thing under the front end. But, you know, they need all that drive line under this because it's powered by a Hemi.
Yeah, and that Hemi sounds terrible with that big muffler on there. You know, you got a truck that's this rugged, got a Hemi V8 in it. It ought to at least have a throaty sound.
Why should it sound like a wuss?
That's right. So what we're going to install today is an Aero exhaust. This is polished 304 stainless. This is a beautiful piece. Now, this is just a cutaway here.
And it's designed with a computer, and what we have in here is an airfoil. Now, the airfoil causes the exhaust to come back and go around that airfoil, creates a low pressure on the back side. Low pressure, you know, causes then like a suction or a draw-through, so the exhaust is pulled right through this muffler.
That's right, and of course this is all designed on a CAD/CAM computer like they use for designing aircraft wings. It's the Venturi effect. You accelerate the exhaust gases, and of course you get a better scavenging, you build some power, you build some torque, and maybe even some fuel economy. And of course it's going to sound great because you can see it's straight through. Yeah, and these things, they sound really good. Of course, this is a cutaway. Of course, we're waiting for our buddy. We need to put one of these things on, and he hasn't arrived yet.
You know, and if he doesn't show up soon, I think we'll just weld this thing up and put it on like it is.
A little steel plate here.
That's it.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, guys, you know I wouldn't stand you up. Here's that muffler, and right on time, too.
We're hoping you'd get here. How are you, Rusty?
I don't know about the right on time. We've been waiting a while for this.
I'm sorry. Hey, good to see you
Good
guys.
to see you, man.
Hey, you bet.
You all know Rusty Wallace, world's greatest race driver, no doubt about it. And, of course, you like these Aero turbine mufflers, don't you?
I like these mufflers a lot. I mean, they're solid stainless. They're TIG together. It's a really high-quality piece of equipment, and that's the reason we're here talking about it. Probably the best muffler in the country, I think.
It's not going to do us any good till you got here with it. You know, we had this truck up in the air. We've told people how this thing works, and I'm ready to put this thing on. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take this and go to work.
Have at it.
That's all right. Well, Rusty, you know, everyone today likes a great sound on their car or their truck. And this is the way to go.
Well, it really is. I mean, this particular muffler, it's a cool-looking piece. It's tough, it's rugged, and it's got a great sound. But, you know, you can tell when you put this muffler on your truck or car, it's got a sound that's a real performance-oriented sound. And it's not just a good sounding muffler. It gets a lot of good gas mileage with it also.
It's probably a great way for a guy to sell, putting a good sound on the vehicle to mama.
You know, a lot of guys like that. You know, a lot of people, your and I age, you know, we want everything. We want good gas mileage. We want a good sounding muffler. But the younger kids, they just care about the sound. And with this particular muffler, you can get both.
Well, how about race cars now?
You know, that's a good question right there, the race cars. You know, at Daytona Beach, Florida, the coveted 24 Hours of Daytona, over half the field has this exact muffler on it. Now, I'm not talking about a variation. The size is a little different, but same muffler in almost all those cars. And those cars run 24 hours, running off the course, getting hit from behind, sliding around, a lot of torture. And this muffler hangs in it. That's the reason they want this Aero exhaust muffler.
Being made with stainless,
yeah,
it's a good reason. It's going to hang in there.
Well, a lot of mufflers aren't made with stainless, as you well know, and this particular one is, and that's what makes it so good.
If you don't mind if I interrupt you guys when we do some heavy work here. Come here, let me show you what the installation's all about. Now, what I do is I positioned our Aero muffler right up here on the pipe, okay? Use this little stand to hold it up, keep it nice and level. By the way, you'll notice it's got a little decal or sticker here that says inlet. These are directional. Make sure you don't miss that. Get a nice even flow. That way you put nothing in a bind. Now what we've got to deal with is our rear exhaust. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of pipe. Now this is 3-inch pipe. It's nice on these Hemis. They've gone up to a 3-inch pipe, and we've got a 3-inch intake. Go from here to here. I need about 11.5 inches. Now, I'll slide this pipe in. It's a piece of stock. Slide in the back of the Aero muffler. Now, if you look at this real close, it's got a little bit of an angle there, and I don't want to put it in a bind, so what I'm going to do is probably about 5 degrees. I'm going to cut this, weld it together. Once that's done, it'll give us a nice transition. Then I'll take some of this steel rod, and I'll use it to make a hanger for these stock muffler hangers. Keep the vibration down, make sure it's going to stay in place. A little bit of work, a little bit of planning. It's a real nice job and real simple. All right, now we slid our pipe in. Remember, we got our little angle cut about 5 degrees, worked out great. You can rotate this around, clamp it in place, make sure the rest of the exhaust, the little resonator and tailpipe are in good shape. Then all we have to do is tack it in place.
Hey, it looks good. You going to MIG the rest of it?
Nah, I'm just going to tack it with the MIG while it's up there, then I'll take it down, set it on the bench, practice my TIG welding. I do a real nice job of welding it up so it'll sound good and it'll look good. And by the way, I want to thank you both for all the help you gave me here.
Well, we didn't want to get dirty.
Yeah, right.
It looks like this installation went really good. Way up under the truck. It looks like the welding's going to be easy. What do you think?
Well, it's going to make the truck sound good too, but you know, the welding is easy when you're out here and I'm under there, you know.
Yeah, exactly right. But you know what, Rusty? I think we should let him practice his TIG welding. And then why don't you and I go for a ride? You drive.
Well, I'll do that, but you know, everybody's got to have a good pit crew, and it looks like you've done a good job underneath there, but you know, hey, we've got to have a driver too, so
that's
I think
right.
That's where you and I come in.
That's right. You get to be the driver.
And I don't get to vote whether I come on this ride or not, huh?
I think it's 2-1 right now.
Here you go. I'll go ahead and finish this up.
Hey, right now we got to take a break, but stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back. Well, the exhaust system's done, and by the way, I finished it off with a nice Aero exhaust stainless tip, so you guys look styling going down the road.
We appreciate that. We want to look good, don't we?
We definitely do.
Well, you know, I need to get this off the lift because I promised that Mustang clutch out today. I got to do that while you guys look beautiful. How about giving me a hand?
All right, we'll do.
I'll drop the lift.
Hey, now don't be gone too long now.
Hey, we're just going around the block.
I
We'll
need
be
help
right
this-
back.
Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute. Thanks, guys. I got to push this. This thing doesn't run.
Well, Rusty, I think Sam did a fine job. I don't think we have to worry about this thing falling off.
No, I tell you, he did a great job, and it sounds so good. I mean, what a
It
great
does.
sounding truck. I mean, it's got more power. It's got more acceleration. You can tell it's definitely pepped it up a bit.
Got rid of that wuss sound we had with that big muffler for sure.
Hey, the truck's a lot lighter. It's got to run fast.
That's right. I said that to Sam. I said it's got to gain 2/10 just on the fact of weight alone. You know, we talked earlier about the race cars, and a lot of tracks, they actually have to control how many dBs they have for sound, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. A lot of the tracks are in areas that are very, very important. A lot of older homes around them and stuff, and so they want everything quiet. And so the racetracks now are actually, they can't operate unless you keep the noise way down, and that's where Aero really comes in. They can tune the decibel level of these mufflers.
You know, unlike the NASCARs now, are you running any kind of a muffler on them, or are they all straight?
Well, the NASCAR cars, they're all straight through pipes right now, but when we do go testing in different areas, there's a racetrack in Alabama right now, a brand new road course, and if you go there, you have to have mufflers on.
Talking about road courses, you know, I think you're one of the finest road course drivers ever. I'll never forget, at one time they had an in-car camera that actually showed your feet and doing the heel toe work. I mean, that was artistry in motion, without
Well,
a
hey,
doubt.
my head's getting big from you saying those nice things about me, but I tell you, that was a fun time. I was able to win the race out in Sears Point, California, around the Napa Valley wine
Right.
country. You know, to think that we're in this truck right now, and the same exhaust that's on this truck, they're running in the 24 hours of Daytona. That's pretty cool.
That is really an amazing feat to know it's the exact same style muffler, same design, nothing altered at all.
Hey, I tell you what, let's go back and help Sam. What do you think?
No, he can fend for himself. Let's go get some lunch.
Okay, if you want to do it.
Sure, we'll do it.
Sam's a big guy, right? He can take care of himself.
And I'm sure he will. You know, he's very resourceful.
Yeah, I've got friends. All it took is one phone call, brought out this cooker.
Wow, that is a cooker.
And look, you're supposed to be parking the car. It didn't take you long.
Hey, guys, come on, sit on down and have some ribs. I got plenty of them. I asked for just a couple, and they gave me like 20 of them.
Oh, these
Apparently the
guys-
sandwich wasn't enough.
Well, the sandwich was almost enough, but this is like a little appetizer, but this is enough to feed a whole family.
I knew you'd be bringing me leftovers. And I'll tell you, these guys cook. They do a great job. And look at this cooker, folks. It's got this big firebox in there, and the heat comes up through the smoker. They can smoke whole hams, anything you want. They've got fans, they got TV, they got boom box. I mean, the thing's loaded out.
This thing is so high-tech, guys. If this baby had fatter tires on it, I'm sure we could race this thing.
No kidding. Well, listen, we're out of time. Thanks for coming by here today. We had a blast.
That was a lot
Rusty,
of fun.
thanks a lot.
I learned a lot from you guys. That was a cool deal, and the Aero exhaust, it worked great on the truck. Really excited about everything.
It sounded great. Hope you learned something about putting a good exhaust system in your truck so we get some performance and sound and learn something about a Mustang clutch. And by the way, I know you didn't learn anything today.
I didn't have to, but it was a great job. You did well.
Thanks. We're out of time. We'll see you next time here at Two Guys Garage.
So long.
See ya.